It's pretty good. I fell asleep during the last hour, but I think I got the gist.
During the last hour?
It's like
the most Hannah thing I've ever heard. I probably got it. We're probably all set.
Kinda dropped off all the things I love. Like I need a traffic jam to keep in touch. I can't focus on the words unless my hands are busy. I can't give up on the world or I will leave this city. And it's way too broad what I'm trying to say, but I write it down and let it go. And it's hard to know all the words I need to explain my heart in a single note.
Hello and welcome to WayTooBroad, a show and tell program for really, really ridiculous, excitable grown-ups. I'm Hannah, and these are my co-hosts, Erin and Ben. Hi, Erin.
Hi, Hannah. Hi, Ben.
Hello, nerds.
Hello.
What's up, nerds?
Hello.
Can't deny it. Can't deny it.
This is a Saturday midday episode of WayTooBroad. I think last week, did we record on Saturday also?
I think so, yeah.
Morning, though.
Oh, yeah, this is a little bit later. A little bit more settled into the day. Mm-hmm. I went out this morning to the coffee shop that is near me that has the good coffee and also has like a lot of queer staff. And I
love it.
I was like all excited. I put on my bisexual earrings that Ben and Kylie got me. And then everybody was, I'm sure they were queer in their own ways, but not as visibly queer as I'm used to. And so I
So disappointing.
was disappointed.
It's really disappointing when you put on your gay best and then it's all straight people.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were queer in their own way. My favorite. Please, as you're making your outline, please put that down for consideration in our titles.
There was also like a bunch of little convertibles in their parking lot that seemed to be gathering for some sort of like Saturday drive. Like when I came out, they were like reading safety rules out to everybody. It was really weird. Yeah.
Wow.
Too straight for me.
Too straight.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. But the coffee was good. I'm highly caffeinated, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we just rolling or what are we drinking? 'Cause
Yeah.
I am too.
Okay, Erin, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking the rest of my hot coffee, and I have also made for myself an iced latte.
Wow.
So I'm caffeinating with a capital C-A.
Damn.
Caffeinating.
Am I next? No, Ben. What are you drinking?
I have a pickle jar of water.
Nice.
That's
Oh.
right. I got a new pickle jar.
Oh.
We just finished a jar of pickles yesterday.
Did you
What
wash
pickles
it?
do you get?
What?
Are you sure it's not pickle juice?
Yeah, I washed it in the dishwasher.
Dishwasher.
And you know, I couldn't get the label off, so I just put it in there with the label on. And when I took it out of the dishwasher, the label just popped off with no residue at all. Which I've never.
It's beautiful.
I feel like I haven't seen that happen with things I put in, because I feel like I've sometimes washed. Wait, no, I've never fucking done this. What am I talking about? I've never put anything in the dishwasher with a label on. That's be such a weird thing to do. It's weird that I did it at all.
I do it all the time.
With what?
such a
What are you
good
washing
segment.
though? Like I thought I did too, but I tried to think of an example, and I was like, what would I be washing with a label on it?
I mean, we've
Yeah.
been doing the recycling jars thing for a while. In fact, I'm also drinking out of a jar today, which
Okay,
is clean,
spaghetti
but we have
sauce.
some that kept like fragments of labels on them for quite a while because we just threw them in the dishwasher with a label on, and it didn't
Okay,
work
so
out.
it is weird that it just removed itself completely with no residue
Yeah.
at all, right?
It's lucky. Yeah. Whoa.
Nice.
What's
This
up?
really, I'm not surprised to hear this, Hannah, it aligns with your philosophy on dishwashers. You're not here to do any extra work with the dishwasher, which inspired me. We are getting a new dishwasher. We have bought a new dishwasher.
Hey.
It arrives when we get back from the wedding in a couple weeks, and I couldn't be happier. I just can't wait for the day that we don't have to pre-wash all our dishes before they go in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
Just gonna scrape them and put them right in there. I was like, ooh, it's gonna take me a while to get used to it.
I'm excited for you to live that dream. If you feel like it's not working out, talk to me because there might be some strategies that we could talk about.
Awesome.
from the
I'm
dishwasher
excited.
video.
My life is going to be brighter. Ben, what kind of pickles do you eat that come out of those jars?
Like brand or like variety?
Both.
I think it was Star Market store brand actually, which I normally would get Vlasic, I think. I'm not like a pickle brand loyalist.
That's fair.
But just classic dill crinkle cut for burgers and stuff.
Easy. Love it.
Actually, the reason I used like a lot of them last week because I just like really loving having grilled cheese with pickles and mustard for lunch.
Oh.
So I was having that like every day that I was home.
Sounds really good.
It's fucking good.
What's your strat? What do you do? Do you mustard on both sides of the bread, cheese on both sides of the bread? Like, how are you doing this?
No, it's just cheese, pickles. I put the mustard on top of the pickles, and then cook it all grilled cheese.
You put
normal.
the mustard on top of the pickles,
Yeah.
not on the bread.
Yeah, honestly, it's because I butter the outside of the bread first when I'm making grilled cheese,
Okay.
and then to avoid getting butter residue either on my plate or elsewhere, I put the 2 pieces of bread on the plate with the 2 sides of butter touching each other, and then I build the sandwich bottom up, and then I put the bottom in the pan, and then I put the top in the pan. And that way, it minimizes the amount of time that I have to hold a piece of buttery bread on the butter side and getting butter everywhere. Because I'm a big baby about
Butter baby.
about
You're big
residue on my hands. I'm a big butter baby. I'm a big baby about getting any sort of residue or anything on my hands. Like, if I get like butter or oil or something on my hands, I have to wash them immediately, or else I feel incredibly gross.
That's fair. Let me ask you. I'm going to tell you. I've heard that mayonnaise is also a good.
I've tried that.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's better than butter because I'm a big butter. Also a big butter baby. A big butter baby would never say butter's not better.
Wow.
A big butter
Yeah,
baby better not say butter's not better.
I think I like butter more, but mayonnaise is also like it was fine. I think I
Great.
did it once when I was out of
mayonnaise.
butter, and I was like, I saw this at some point.
Yeah, if you're like out of butter, which big butter baby would never be out of butter.
Butter baby better not be out of butter.
Big butter baby's bound to have butter. I like it.
That sounds good. I'm gonna have that for lunch.
Yeah, fucks.
That sounds great.
I'm just drinking water out of a mason jar, as I said.
Beautiful. And you caffeinated though. What'd you have for your caffeination?
Yeah, I was trying to save it so I would have some left for this, but I couldn't. It was an iced oat milk latte with maple syrup in it as well.
Yo.
It was really good.
Yo, that sounds good, actually.
It was really good.
Like, I can imagine the oat milk especially hits with that maple syrup.
Yeah, you know, it was sweet. It was so the menu like specifically said like real maple syrup, right? Like from a tree. Like it got very specific. So I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Yeah, I was gonna say how much. What?
Like because there's
Had a picture of the tree.
there's like maple style
bio.
syrup, but they were like, this is real
Right.
maple syrup, right? So
Butterworths, yeah.
I tasted it and it definitely tasted sweet, but it didn't taste like maple. And I think it's just because like the oat milk and the maple were kind of making their own flavor experience happen, which was nice. It was good. I liked it.
If I went to a coffee shop that was offering an oat milk latte with maple syrup, I wouldn't assume it was like Mrs. Butterworth's. Like,
no,
I
it
would
was like
assume
a
it was real
make
Mr.
your own
Syrup.
type of thing. It was like I just ordered an iced latte, add maple syrup, add oat milk.
But still, at a coffee shop
Yeah,
like
if they
that,
had maple syrup as an option for your
I wouldn't
coffee,
assume
wouldn't
it was
expect
like
it was fake.
Eggo brand.
Yeah.
They just
Fake
wanted
syrup.
to make sure that I knew
Yeah.
that it was real. Because
Did they
because
get your
it's a queer
consent before they
establishment.
added it? We're like, this is real maple syrup from a real tree from that tree.
Well, okay, I actually don't know because I wasn't there when they made them because I ordered ahead. So
Okay.
probably they do like say that like an incantation. Yeah, put it in.
They reach into their pocket and pull out a picture of the tree. Say, from this tree, from this tree. Yeah.
That's right.
We have one from a different tree. You don't like this tree?
Okay, I have some up fronts.
What's up?
First of all, as at least one of you knows, I started playing Stray this week.
Oh, that was so fun.
Me
We
too.
talked about
I also
that.
started playing Stray.
Oh, sweet. Shout out to Lucas and Federica for my birthday present, which was the money to buy Stray, because we couldn't figure out how to gift something on Steam. And
It's simply so easy, but we can. I can show Lucas how to later.
it's fine. I got it. Either way, I got it. And I played like maybe around 2 hours, maybe a little less, with a bunch of the family watching. Erin and
That's fun.
Molly and Chloe were all watching. Mom was okay.
Sorry, she wasn't.
That's all right. Mom was watching right here in the room with me. She was watching over my shoulder, which was fun. Dominic was there.
Uncle Brown, Lucas, Federica.
Yeah. So
Did the cats enjoy it?
no cats reacted, but this is not like it was they weren't really around very much. So
Oh yeah, I guess we haven't, because none of us had played it at all. Did we talk about Hazel's reaction to it
No,
at all?
not on pod.
Oh my god, it's incredible. She's obsessed with it. And she thinks
cute.
the cat in there is her best friend, and she wants to, like, there's this. There, at the very beginning of the game, I guess you probably all saw this when you were watching Hannah. You know how at the very beginning, like, your 3 cat friends all jump off that little ledge? It's like right at the start. Right when that happened, when both I played it and when Kylie played it first, Hazel was watching, and they jumped off the ledge, and then she ran behind the TV to look for them. And like kept running around yelling, looking for them. For both of us, she did that. And then like she just spends the whole time we're playing that game. Like she perks up immediately. I think she knows the music at this point when you turn it on. And she like perks up and just like wants to watch her little buddy run around. It's so fucking cute.
That is
It's
so
adorable.
nice.
Yeah, it's adorable.
Aw.
She fucking loves it. Como, no reaction. Doesn't even seem to know that there are cats on the screen at all.
Wow. The animation's simply incredible. It is
Yeah.
really realistic, especially in that first scene.
when they interact with the other cats, oh my god, it's so sweet.
It's kind of for the listener, it's kind of like I haven't played it at all. I just watched a little bit of it. But it's kind of a sad story. I guess Hannah got into it about how the cat starts outside and then kind of gets stuck in this really scary world. So it is kind of scary. There's some scary parts, and you can die.
Yeah.
You can kill the cat.
That's extremely upsetting.
Yeah, it really is.
I would have just kept dying that first chase scene if Ian, I don't know if you guys were really aware of this, but okay, so it does say that you should play with a controller, and I would say yes, you should play with a controller to anybody who's listening that hasn't seen this because played it, because and I know I could remap the controls, and maybe I will, but playing on a keyboard, the where the controls are is really not optimized, especially when you're running away, because the run button and the button that shakes off the bad things is way well below the arrow keys that you're using. You have to be a professional pianist to reach these keys at the same time. The controller is definitely better, and there's also fringe benefits, if you have a controller that can rumble or can play sound out of it. There's extra environmental stuff. I heard on when Kylie was playing that the meow. There's a meow button in the game, which we kind of talked about last week. If you press the meow button, it also meows on the controller. I know that when the cat sleeps, it purrs, and then you can feel the purring on the controller.
And it rumbles
that's
a little bit.
nice.
Yeah.
So,
So,
fringe
Yeah,
with
it's very
benefits.
cute.
yeah.
Oh, I love it.
It's also got, with the PS5 controller, because one of the really cool features of the PS5 controller is that the triggers have dynamic resistance, so they can make things, which they used a lot in Horizon also, so they can make it harder to press it down when you're
I remember
prying
you
something
talking
or
about
whatever.
that with the bow.
And so when you do the scritching, they're a little bit harder at first. So
Oh,
it's
that's cool.
It's really cool.
It's dope.
So, love it.
Cute. Well, thanks for streaming. That was fun.
Yeah, we're going to do it again. Maybe not till after the wedding, but we're going to do it again.
Cool.
Mom liked it too. My other friend is we got an email. It's a short one. I had asked Sam, Podcoin Sam, to send us her Has Been Hotel playlist with all the songs. And
Oh,
she
yeah.
did that. It's a YouTube music playlist. I haven't tried to open it yet. I don't have a login for that. Yeah, you can totally get to it.
Totally.
Also, she said, of course I found the webcomic. I just didn't want to delve into all the details of what I found because I wasn't sure how interested you'd be. It's not actually a full webcomic, though, just 2 short stories that were created after the pilot. That article Erin found was a bit misleading. The web comedy series that's being adapted into the full show is just the pilot, at least as far as I could ascertain, and I went deep down the rabbit hole. I even found there was a whole story that unfolded between Instagram accounts created for characters, though that's all been archived, I guess, because it wasn't fully canon and people were getting confused. Apparently, like, half the stuff on the wiki isn't even canon. It's just pulled from jokes people working on production made. I'm glad you also found interest in this weird little internet community I stumbled into.
Wow. Yeah, apologies, Sam. I was listening back to the episode. I'm like, I'm sure she's found all of this, like, the things we were able to Google in, like, 10 seconds. I'm sure she knows way more than we do on this. So.
I think I said that eventually.
You did. You did say that eventually. But
yeah.
just, of course, I'm sure listening to that was like, yeah, duh. Found that, know about it.
That I really do want to watch that. I haven't yet though, so thank you also for the reminder. Was there anything else? I feel like I had something else, but I don't know what it was. Oh, I know. I wanted to also give another shout out to Lucas and Federica and Uno because I have a small update on that, which is that Uno got his 30-day blood work yesterday. This is now like a couple days ago. And everything looks perfect.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
He said the vets
so great.
love them. So that's really cool. Because I think probably it was one of those situations where the vet was pretty sure he wasn't going to make it. So I guess they really love. I mean, none of us for sure.
I talked to actually, he just left, but I worked with for a while. His wife is a vet. She's actually just recently graduated from veterinary school. And I was asking him about FIP, and I asked him to ask her if she'd heard of it. And he did, and came back to me and told me that she had heard of it, and she had also heard of this drug, this treatment. But it's like really fucked up because as a vet, in order to like not risk losing your license, if a cat comes in that you diagnose with FIP, you like have to tell people it's terminal and recommend euthanasia.
Wow.
Really?
Or it's like, or because you can't be like, you can't recommend a drug that's not FDA approved. Because like, what if there are side effects that you know about, and then the cat ends up getting sicker or something, and
that's so fucked
you
up.
get sued or something. Like, yeah, it's really terrible.
That is terrible.
Yeah.
That does explain why some vets like won't even mention anything about it. Like I think they did get lucky to even hear about it. And that's sort of part of that's sort of one of Lucas's special powers is that he really can connect deeply with anyone pretty quickly. So I'm sure that, you know, the vets were a little bit more feeling more able to be upfront with them, or at least some of them were. So great job, guys. You're doing
Great job. That's great news.
Yeah.
And it sounds like we might be meeting Uno at Thanksgiving, which is exciting.
Very exciting.
So.
Yeah, because I should say this is their 30-day blood work. They still have 60 more days of shots to give, which they're getting very good at. And then after that, it's like another 90 days of monitoring. So he's going to still be under like the monitoring time at Thanksgiving. So they're bringing him probably.
Yes.
So that'll be fun. He seems so nice.
He does seem nice. I'm excited to meet him. Uno, too. JK. Another friend, Hannah, you've been watching Alone.
Yes, I have been watching Alone.
By what I can tell throughout your workday.
Yeah.
You can cut that part out.
No, it's fine.
Based on when you're messaging me about, which has been awesome, getting a play-by-play, which I love, of course.
I watched the season that's on Netflix first, which I'm sure is the last season that Erin watched it. And so I was messaging her because there was a lot to talk about and I didn't have anyone to talk about it with. I I love it. I don't like the first season as much. I won't say more because I know you haven't watched it, but
Yeah, I don't think I've watched the first 2 seasons, which I realized once I was going through Hulu.
okay. I don't know when this changes. One thing I will say: the first season is all men, and not only is it all men, but they say in like the how it's like X number of people remain at the beginning of like each segment. It says 10 men remain the whole time.
Oh god, maybe I'll skip season 1. I hate that.
But it's I find it such an interesting blend of like, man, I'm glad I'm not them, and also like, man, look how simple life can be. And so like both of those feelings are kind of stress relieving for me in different ways. So I really had a very stressful week, and having Alone going in the background and watching it when I had like I needed a moment's break was really, really helping me, because I was like,
awesome.
I was like, okay, as a human, I could survive by just meeting these core needs that these people are meeting, and but also I can do that a lot easier here. So I'm doing great. I could be. It's not like the show doesn't make you think like, oh man, I could survive by myself in the wilderness. But I feel like if I was with a community in the wilderness, I could probably manage. That's the other big thing I was messaging with Erin about is like, this show really, really proves to me how humans were not meant to be solitary animals.
Solitary at all, yeah.
It's hard.
The 10 men survive thing. 10 men. What is it? 10 men what? Remain. Yeah, survive. Was reminding me that we went to a friend's house a couple weeks ago to play Dominion, and he has like the oldest version of all of the cards and old expansions. And you know what I'm about to say?
Yeah.
That, like, they all say he or she instead of they.
Huh.
All over the place.
It all says he.
All the ones we had said he or she.
Oh,
Oh, no, you're right. Some of them said he or she, some of them say only he.
Huh.
Like, it'll be like, you choose a player, you choose a player to, like, attack or whatever, and he chooses which cards to discard. Like, it always says he. I feel like maybe it was all just he, but some of them said he or she, I think. And I'm pretty sure in later editions they've transitioned to they, or is it he or she?
Yeah, they've transitioned to they.
But it was like so weird to read cards that I'm familiar with and be like, "Whoa, wait, what? Something is wrong about this." And also, like, it was just like weird to read that at all. Like, just saying he so many times when they did when you obviously don't know the gender of the person because it's like a generic description. It was so strange. I'm glad they changed it.
I was smiling because Molly and I have several of those cards, and I always joke she's probably tired of it, but I'm like, oh, those don't apply to us, because I was like, oh, it says he discards his hand, so we don't have to do that.
There's like no situation where he or she is a better solution than they in those types of instructions. It always is more awkward. It takes up more syllables. It feels weirder grammatically. Like, the fact that was like so incredibly prevalent and still is like one of my great annoyances right now. Like,
I hate it. It's like you are going out of your way to double down on the gender binary.
Yeah, right. Doing that.
And it shows. He/she. He/she.
His/her. Like, stop. Like,
exhausting.
Another, this is only tangentially related, but I was looking at this. There's a Durham softball group that like benefits local nonprofits, and I was kind of thinking about, oh, like that could be fun, like I might look into that. But then on the sign up, it's like the first thing you have to do is choose your binary gender, and I was like, fuck this group, because I was thinking like, oh, this would be fun to do with my friend who's non-binary. And I was like, I can't even recommend this to my friend who's non-binary because we get stopped at the door, right? It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Hate it.
It is stupid. Fuck that shit.
Oh, yeah, they did. Sorry, it was all he. None of them are he or she.
Yeah, they're all
like,
he.
Like, fucking Thief. I think this is the one in particular.
Did you say Beef?
Because this card doesn't exist anymore.
Ooh.
But it was like... Oh, God, never mind. It wasn't Thief, but that card is fucking horrifying.
Thief.
I mean, it does do it. It says each other player reveals the top two cards of his deck. But then it says if they revealed any treasure cards, they trash one of them that you choose, which is weird to then start with his deck.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's really strange.
Another funny thing in some of the early cards we saw, it'll say gain a silver card to your hand. It'll use like card in a way that I'm like, that's redundant.
Yeah, it's awkward.
And a real piece of silver to your hand.
The copper, silver, and gold were not even different colors. Like the cards themselves were all the same colors and looked the same, just the number in the middle is different.
That sucks.
Just thoroughly confusing.
I freaking love that game.
It's so good.
Should we pop in?
Yeah, let's pop in.
Let's friggin' do it. Erin, what's your obsession?
Gosh, if you'd asked me at the beginning of the week, I would have had one answer for you, but I'm going to put that just on the side burner, back burner.
Okay. Either one.
Side burner.
Side burner. Well, I'm cooking on the one burner, and I'm going to put it on the side. Side and back. Side to the back. The diagonal burner. Yeah, the diagonal burner. Because what I'm truly obsessed with at this very moment is we finished Stranger Things Volume 4.
Nice.
And I just loved it.
How do you want to do this? Should we do Ben hasn't seen it. Oh, so we can't talk spoilers anyway.
Yeah, we can't talk spoilers. You and I can talk spoilers offline. Question. Ben, are you going to watch it?
Yes.
When?
Cool.
Ben.
Listen, so season 3 was so long ago that both Kylie and I have forgotten everything. And
There's a good recap.
Kylie wants to rewatch all of it first.
Okay. That's
I
fair.
don't really care to do that. I'm fine to watch a recap, but I do want to watch it with her. Mm-hmm. And so, basically, direct your questions to Kylie.
Why don't you do this with Kylie? Why don't you watch the recap, and then if she still feels the need to rewatch.
Sorry.
Oh, hey, Ben, you want to hear something that's going to make you feel bad?
What?
Okay. This morning when we were messaging about, recording time, and you had Kylie's phone, and so you logged in and started DMing us as Kylie on Slack.
Yeah.
I saw a notification that just said, I am down for noon podcast from Kylie, and I got really, really excited. And then I opened it, and I saw it was from you, and I was like, oh.
Wow, that's so fucked.
I also saw only from Kylie, I'm down for new podcast, and I was like, oh, I guess Kylie's our co-host today.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, it's just Ben. I didn't have the reaction Hannah had.
It's not that, it's more about the novelty, I think, than that Kylie's better than you. Even though that is also true, I think you're a great co-host, and I do enjoy you.
Well, Kylie still doesn't like you, right? So you were just excited because you felt like this maybe mended the rift between you. Is that what you think? Is that maybe?
Yeah, maybe that was it. Maybe I thought this was my opportunity to get back in there. But no.
To get back in there. Well, I don't need to talk about spoilers. I think what I'll just say is I was hesitant to start Stranger Things Season 4 because I had heard it was long. And I felt like I didn't want to get into all of that, and it had been so long between the seasons. But what I'll say is the recap was really good and helpful. It was just a recap of season 3. It was thorough and helpful, and a lot of
one at the beginning of the first episode. Okay.
Yeah, and if it doesn't play, you can go find it in which it will autoplay. But if it doesn't, you can go into trailers and more and watch it. And a lot came back to me. I do want to rewatch season 1 just because those kids are so young in and I remember really liking it. And just reminded what a good show it is. I mean, just there's so much good humor. You love all the characters. I would give a particular shout out to the casting of Stranger Things. I feel like no show I've witnessed has better consistent casting. The entire cast of every season hits. Every character is so perfectly cast, and it's just really wonderful. And the writing is fantastic. The sound design is amazing. The directing is so good. It's just such a really good show. I cried so much. Season 4. It's just moving. It's wonderful. And you're going to want to run out and play that Kate Bush song that everyone's listening to.
Yeah.
If I only could. Make a deal with God.
It's every time we pause to get a snack or go to the bathroom, Molly and I did a binge watch yesterday. All we did was watch Stranger Things, so it was awesome. And every time I got up to take a break, I would sing that.
Yeah, it really gets in there.
It really does in the best way.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep. Every time I'd be running up that hill, I would
Be running up that street. Be running up that building.
It's really good. It's a great song.
So, yeah, I really actually wanted to watch it because that song has been infusing everything, and I knew it was from Stranger Things, and I wanted to go ahead and get caught up. Also, this season, like, the freaking mysteries converge in such a cool and gratifying way that I don't feel like they really did as well in the past. And even mysteries from the previous seasons, it's really cool. And if you're really deep D&D nerd, I think there's some extra gratifying stuff for you. So
Erin's
anyway,
been on Reddit.
I loved it. I've been on that Reddit. You know the minute that we finished it, I was on that Reddit. You know it.
Yeah, it's good. It is good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. And I know I'm late to this party, but
Strong recommend. Hey, remember that time I yelled at you for not watching Lemonade soon enough? That was really dickish.
did you yell at me?
I just got real judgmental.
Oh, you didn't yell at me. You were like, the whole tone of the podcast was like, you haven't watched
Yeah, it really was.
Are you even listening to that yet?
It really was. I don't know
It's
what
alright.
happened.
Specifically at Erin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think
was
I
the
also hadn't watched it.
It was unacceptable
Slash
behavior.
maybe still haven't watched it. Have I watched
Well,
it?
it was a watch. It was the album. I brought the album, but it was like 5 years later.
Right. You brought the album, but you hadn't watched the thing.
No, I hadn't listened to the album.
Oh,
Because there's songs on the album that are not in the videos.
got it. But you had watched it. But you hadn't
I don't
listened to the
know
album?
if
Okay.
I'd watched it. She just said watch. You're thrown off by the watch thing. Hannah said that, but I don't think there was any watching involved. I think it was just
Okay.
the album. Yeah. Anyway, Stranger Things Volume 4.
Wasn't that so long ago? Why did you just think of that?
I don't know. Well, because
I think she still feels sad about it.
I feel
forgot about
guilty.
it.
I feel guilty. I just,
You gotta let that go.
I'm
You gotta forgive yourself, Hannah. You gotta be running up that hill.
you're running up that building. I just got a text from an unknown number, and it just says hi.
Oh, that happened to me yesterday. I also got this text. You guys can tell me if you think I should respond to it.
Okay.
Okay. Long-term signal. No, sorry. Long-term single. Looking for new friends or soulmate. Don't care about your age or country. Be loyal and kind. Click this link to leave me a message.
Wow.
What do we think?
Did you click?
Is that legit? I haven't yet.
Yeah, it seems legit. It seems like
Yeah.
you could find love.
Be loyal and kind. I feel like
Yeah, that's good.
You definitely
I'm
meet those requirements.
always loyal, sometimes kind. So that's all I got. Thank you.
Great. Yeah, it's good. Watch it. I think it's more rewarding of a watch than last season. I don't remember much about last season, but I do remember thinking like,
Yeah, that's actually also the other thing why we haven't watched it is that coming out of both season 1 and season 2, I remember being like, wow, I really can't wait for the next one to watch the next one. And then coming out of season 3, I, for some reason, didn't, even though it also kind of ended on a cliffhanger, I didn't have that feeling as much.
Huh.
Yeah, although I liked season 3.
I liked season 1. I felt mad about season 2. It had that weird episode that everybody hated, and then they didn't hardcore didn't acknowledge that again,
Yeah.
which is good.
Wait, which
I
one?
loved season 3. Just the one where 11 is like in all the weird makeup and meets all the other
Oh,
kids.
yeah.
Yeah.
It goes
Yeah.
to Chicago randomly.
They just
that
they
was
just
so fucking weird.
The internet was like, no, and they were like, okay, got it, sorry. It's just our bad. Just like literally dropped that. And then I really liked season 3. And like Robin was one of my favorite characters in season 3, obviously, because they gave us a great gay. And she's all up in season 4, and she's so delightful. I love her so much.
me too.
Yeah, it's just great. That's great.
It's great.
It's great. It's like they really like they're really paying attention to like all the things that hit about all the previous seasons, and I feel like really doubled down on those things and kind of it's long as fuck. And I feel like probably could have used some editing because it was so long, but I don't know.
This is like, I don't know if this was as evident to you, Erin, because you watched it all at once, but Ian and I watched the first like half and then the second half or whatever, like the first part and then the second part. And I'm still like deeply confused about why they did the second part the way that they did, because they did it in 2 episodes, but they're both incredibly long. So like the
like
the
4
whole
hours
second
or
part
something.
is 2 episodes, but the last one's like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, like something like that.
Yeah,
Like
2.5
why
hours, yeah.
why did they not just
I don't know.
make it more
don't know.
episodes? Like I don't understand.
I don't know. They could have,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Maybe I'll write in and
For next
Yeah,
time.
they're from Durham. You got some pole, right?
Yeah.
that's right. Oh, and that's another thing. Again, as always, as a hawk. As always, there's a hawk.
Always, there's a hawk.
Well, there is Maya Hawk, who plays Robin, one of my favorite characters.
Oh, true.
But as always, so many delightful. Actually, it's a big woodpecker. That's exciting.
As always, there's a hawk that's actually a big woodpecker.
That's really cute and exciting.
I think last time there was actually a snake.
It was a skink, actually a skink. It was believed to be a snake. My first impulse is usually wrong. It's usually in the ballpark, but not quite there. Yeah, that's a big woodpecker. Anyway, delightful Durham references all up in Stranger Things, including we live off the biggest road we live off of is Coal Mill, and there was a coal mill in Stranger Things season 4. Somebody lived off a coal mill.
Oh.
I was like, shout out to my hood. Oh my gosh, this is a huge woodpecker.
Wow.
Is this a pileated?
What the fuck does that
This is a
mean?
pileated
What?
woodpecker.
Yeah, I think that...
I've actually
explain
seen
that more.
pileated woodpecker. Google it. This is a pileated woodpecker I'm looking at right now.
Is
I've
that
actually
a
seen.
species of woodpecker, or is that
Yeah.
like a thing they can be? Okay.
No, it's a pileated woodpecker. If you
Oh, I've
Google
seen
that.
those.
Yeah, it's one of those. That's what I'm looking at. And actually, I've seen one of these before in my backyard and I thought it was a chicken.
What the fuck? You can't ID these birds.
I really can't. I was like,
Can't
oh,
get a
look
hold
at
of
this
these
chicken.
things.
It's like, there's a chicken in our backyard. I was like, that's a woodpecker.
Look at all those chickens.
Exactly.
Wow. All right.
One of my favorite early memes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
All those.
Friggin' love it.
That woodpecker's going to town.
There's-
All right, this concludes my obsession.
Okay, can I just say there's this new meme on TikTok where people are, they're like, it's been so many years, nobody will ever remember me, and then they play an old meme video, like one of them was look at all those chickens, and so the assumption is that the person who's making the TikTok is that person all grown up, but most of the time they're lying, and every time I believe them until I get into the comments, like they're
Oh,
just,
really?
yeah, they
They're
just
lying all
like
the time?
kind of look like that person, so they like say that.
I want to know, where is look at all those chickens person?
I don't know.
Because that was a kid.
Yeah, it's just a little
Yeah.
kid. That was so funny. All right, old memes. Love
If you don't know that meme, look it up.
yeah.
I won't spoil it for you.
Okay, let's pop into Ben now. Ben,
Ben, what's your obsession?
My obsession is one of my favorite pre-bed watches on YouTube. It's a YouTube channel called Tomosteen.
how you spell that?
Tomosteen, all one word. Wow,
Okay.
the wind really picked the fuck up right when I started talking a lot. And it is they're a Japanese stop motion animator. And one of the things they have a whole series on, which is my favorite that I watch all the time, is Lego cooking videos.
Hell yes.
So they do that. There are actually a couple of these kinds of channels around on the internets. I think this is the best one personally, but they'll do the thing of have a real ingredient like a lemon or something, and then as they slice it, it turns into Legos.
The best.
And he's so good at pouring. Actually, I don't know their gender. They're so good at pouring, and anytime they're pouring a liquid, it looks fucking incredible. I think maybe we should just watch one together, because they have one that came out
about
less
to
than 2
ask.
weeks ago that I haven't actually watched yet, so we can all go in blind
oh,
together.
that's great.
I would love that.
that.
I would
And
love
I
that.
know it's going to be good. 'cause
Ben,
it's Lego
I have-
Oreo
Send the
Factory.
link also so that I can put it in Slack in case people, or I put it in the description.
Yeah,
I've absolutely watched this YouTuber before, and I fucking love it.
it's so good.
Oh, okay,
Wait, I closed Slack for some reason. Hold on. All right. Are we all here? Are we all watching? Okay. Gotta turn the volume up.
Hell yeah.
Okay, first of all,
No sound yet,
Got a
right?
little factory going. No, there's no sound yet.
Okay, good. Just checking.
Oh, there we go. Ooh.
Okay, there. Got it.
And
Okay.
he always has these little animal figures in them.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All the workers
That
are little
are
cats or
Fucking
foxes.
adorable. That's a red panda, I think.
Red pandas. Regular pandas.
Pulling some levers, moving some cranes. Look at this shit.
I fucking love it.
Grabbing a little.
It's a pat of butter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. Delicately unfolding fucking butter. And then
no
it turned
butter.
into Legos. Right
There's
when
no
it got
butter in
picked up.
Oreos, though. Famously vegan.
True,
Not
but
these ones.
these are homemade. You're telling me you wouldn't put butter in the cream if you made homemade Oreos?
Yeah, we know that I'm a big butter
We're
boy.
big butter babies on this podcast.
We're big butter babies.
There's no
Oh,
eggs
that's so
either.
cool.
Yeah.
We're poking an egg and sucking out the contents. This one is incredible.
Oh, wow.
That's so
That's
good.
great. They poked a hole in the egg and sucked out the contents, and when they went into the blender, they became Legos, yellow and clear Legos.
Is that sugar? That's powdered sugar?
Ah,
Ground up Oreo? What is that?
like
What's
chocolate,
happening?
I don't know.
Cocoa
Cocoa.
Yeah, cocoa maybe, yeah. Alright, that's all the ingredients.
blending.
They're blending all of it together.
I love these kitties. These hardworking kitties.
I know, they're so great.
Oh my
Okay,
God,
this is
yes.
the cookie
Oh
part.
yes.
Oh, so this was all just for the cookie.
Gotcha.
Hell yes.
Okay, yeah.
So
Oh my god.
now it's slicing off the blended,
It's like protruding them one at a time and then slicing it off
yeah, onto a,
onto a Lego conveyor belt.
yeah, that cat has no ears or arms. He's quality control.
Going into an oven.
I love that one sitting on top looking at it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, and they're like shaking them a little in the oven to make it look like they're cooking.
Oh man, this is good. Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
This is such good like before bed watch.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
my
so.
God.
Kylie often watches ASMR videos before bed, and I'm not a big fan of ASMR videos, but I feel like this is the closest I get to ASMR. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like
because
I literally, the thing I'm doing now where I'm like cheering when all the cool things happen, like I literally do that while I'm watching it alone. I'm like, yes, that's awesome.
I don't get like the tingles, but I get like I feel satisfied and
Yeah.
happy about it.
I actually, some videos Kylie's watched, one time she like put headphones on me while she was watching an ASMR video, and I just like went into a Zen mode almost immediately.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, that one broke.
One of them broke.
Such a good detail.
Yeah, it's incredible.
They
And
just
they've
keep
also-
showing
what's
this
funny
part
is,
because
like,
they know what the people want.
Yeah.
If you watch through like the whole series of Lego food videos, the first one that they did, it was certainly good, but like you can see how much they've improved on this, and that's also really satisfying.
Oh my god, this little quality control one is gonna reject this.
That one's broken.
That
You got to
one's
reject.
broken.
Oh no!
Nice.
Yes.
Good work. This cat's doing a good job.
Yeah.
I don't know if it needs a magnifying glass though.
This would take so much work
So
for
much
just one
work.
package of Oreos.
Yeah. That one cat.
Oh my god! Do you see the light tracking
Oh
it?
yeah. Wow. And then Oreos come out. And then his hand that also is in stop motion comes and gets.
Yep.
Wow.
What?
Nice. And then there's a bowl of milk that's also made of Oreos.
Boy, you gotta wait
Legos.
for the big payoff.
Legos.
You gotta dip it. Dip it in the milk.
Eh.
Thank you.
Oh!
Oh, that's so good.
It came out a different color from the milk.
There's always a zoom in onto caution: do not eat Lego at the end of every one of these.
I love that.
That's amazing. Incredible.
A+.
Yeah, so that's my obsession. I love Tomosteen.
I love
Yeah, there is another one that's good. I'm gonna see if I can find it really quick. If not, we can just keep. I think it's
Have
like,
you
it
seen-
starts with OM.
Have you seen the woodworking baking? It's like it like looks like they're baking,
Oh,
but
no.
it's they're making wooden pieces, like a wooden box or something.
Yeah, yeah. Didn't we watch one of those together once?
I think I posted one in food a while back.
Loved it. He was making a box.
Alright, I can't
That's
find this
exactly what
other
he was
one, but-
making. That one.
Oh, here it is. Oh, it's Omozoc.
What's that? The other account?
OMOZOC is another stop motion account that I think does some Lego videos, and they do other like stop motion cooking videos that are pretty good. But I still believe that Tomosteen is the superior one.
How often does Tomosteen upload?
Not very, unfortunately. I think because it probably takes a long fucking time to make those. They I feel like they had one recently that showed a little bit more like behind the scenes of making it. That was cool. So everyone should just watch all their Lego videos. It's great. And they have other stop motion videos too that I actually haven't really dived into yet. But might be cool as well.
Then what's 5 times 6?
Probably
Yes.
are great.
The one I'm thinking of, the milk crate stop motion woodworking, is a Omozoc one.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Where it's like very gentle. It's like baking tools to actually make a wooden crate and with satisfying sounds. So that's kind of fun.
Nice.
That's a fun one.
Milk crate. Yeah, that's yep. Really lovely.
Yeah, in
What
the
did you
same
ask,
vein.
Hannah? What's 6 times 5? 30?
30.
I think they have like 34 videos.
What'd you ask? What if your calculator works like that? What's 6 times 5? I'm sorry, what'd you say?
So that's it.
Good
Stop
obsession.
motion Lego, particularly Tomosteen. Good stuff. Great
Love
stuff.
it.
Love it.
Love it.
My session is pretty quick. There's not a whole ton to say about it, really, and I've already said some. But I really am really into espresso lately. So
Oh, yeah.
I thought I would just bring espresso generally. Like I think I've mentioned the espresso maker that we have now, which we still use. But like, man, I just love it. I just love espresso. It's like so. It's so cool to me that you can just take exactly the same materials, treat them a little bit differently, and get like such an intense, like concentrated drink out of them that you can use in all these cool ways and add such neat dynamic to. It's almost like bitters, but it also is caffeinated, like in the way that it like can just make a lot of drinks much more unique and good. I just really like it. I was just thinking about it today when I was drinking my oat milk latte, and I was thinking, man, this really hits different than like iced coffee or cold brew.
Yeah.
And it's a really nice treat, and I love it.
I'm totally with you there.
Yeah. And then that's pretty much all I have to say about it. I just really, really like it. I like the way it makes me feel. I like the way it tastes. I like to make it with our espresso maker. I really love an affogato. Did we talk about those?
Oh, I freaking love an affogato.
So we keep like vanilla gelato just like in the house.
Wait, what's
now.
what's an affogato?
An affogato is when you brew a cup of espresso over a shot of espresso over vanilla gelato. It's a dessert.
Oh. Sounds good as fuck.
There's also something to the you probably experience this when you make it at home, because I use an AeroPress at home if I want to make quote unquote espresso. I said that weird. Espresso.
Quote unquote
There's like
espresso.
There's like an olfactory experience too when the espresso's in the air. It's like thick and humid and caffeinated and just like, or like the ground beans too. There's just something like really, I almost like will get a quick like high from that. Like just like there's something beautiful about that as well.
Yeah, it smells lovely when you're brewing it and while you're drinking
I do love espresso. I'm 100% there with you. I will say that like in like Europe and like when I was on my 3-week trip to Dublin in Europe, I had a lot of delicious espresso, as you might imagine. And but they don't really have like drip coffee.
Yeah, I noticed
Really
that
at
when we
all.
were in Scotland. It was like
Yeah.
I thought that
the
was
coffee
just an
section
Italy
was just
thing.
like espresso shots.
It's all over Europe.
Nope, not in. Oh yeah. In France, like you get like we would order a cafe à langer, which is like I think it's an espresso shot pulled longer with water in it. And it's like if you want kind of a drip coffee experience, you have to get an affogato. Not an affogato. You have to get an Americano. there's not, like, no one's making drip coffee unless they're a place that's specifically catering to Americans, and then it's kind of like, it's not, you know.
It's fine.
So I did like a little bit miss that, you know, in America you can go anywhere and just get a huge cup of coffee, because I do just like getting a freaking large cup of coffee and just walking around with it, you know, and you just can't do that. It's like you get a little bit of espresso, and then
That's so interesting, because that is like, I would never have pegged that as like a very like specifically American thing to see people walking around with big coffees, but I would imagine you really don't see that in Europe if they're hard to find. Do people walk around with other drinks?
I will say there are Starbucks now over there, and so you did see a lot of Americans walking around with Starbucks, but, you know, I'm a snooty patootie, so I didn't do that.
Wow.
Yeah. Did you see them walking around with other drinks? It's a good question. I wasn't really looking out for that, so.
Same.
Weird.
I would say not like here, where, like, Americans love their beverages. I mean, we just fucking love our beverages. I say that like I am excluding myself from the group. I'm not. You know, I feel like Americans love a beverage, and so I feel like we're just.
I'm just
walking
really
all around
confused
with
about
them.
why you guys would want to go to another country if you're not going to be observing like what drinks they're carrying around.
Yeah, that's
So
our bad.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please excuse me.
I think you're going to have to go back.
Yeah, I'll have to go back to answer that question for you.
Because I'm never leaving the country. So, I have left the country, but never again. Just kidding.
Wow.
No, my passport is up to date, baby. Don't you worry about it.
Awesome.
I guess that's it. So should we do homework?
Yeah, let's do homework.
Okay, Erin, what's your homework?
My homework is so much Stranger Things. Watch it.
Cool. Yeah, do it.
Do it.
Ben, what's your homework?
Watch Tomosteen on YouTube make Lego cooking stop motion videos. Too many
Okay.
words.
I'll try. You're asking me to make Lego stop motion
Yeah.
videos.
Yep.
Okay. I'll try.
All right, cool. Yeah, that would be, because then
Hey,
he'll
what's
have
your-
more content to consume, so that's good.
Yeah. Perfect. Hey, what's your
My obsession is go get a nice espresso from a nice coffee place,
Love it.
or espresso-based beverage.
Especially one that it has maple syrup from a tree you choose.
From your preferred tree, maple tree, and oat milk that was good. You could get an iced oat milk latte with maple syrup, real maple syrup from a real tree. That would be a good option. My Twitter is Anthropology. My Instagram is also Anthropology. My TikTok is Hannah and her cats. Oh, small kind of sad update on the fucking I think Ben knows this and Erin doesn't, maybe. The monarch butterfly situation.
Oh.
A monarch did show up. A monarch laid eggs. I had like at least 5 caterpillars on there at one point, and then I kept seeing less and less, and I thought I was just not able to spot them. But then it turns out I watched one of them, like it was like it didn't move at all for a day, and I was like, oh, I think it's dead. But then it kind of like twitched, and so I was like, I'm gonna try moving it to another leaf, I guess, to, like, see if it'll like wake back up. And it kind of started moving around again, but then like the next time I went outside, it had fallen into the dirt, and there was an ant sticking out of it, like it had taken a bite out of the side of it.
What the fuck?
I don't know if like the ants were not bothering it because they thought it was already dead, or if me moving it put it into a place where it, like I don't know if I killed this caterpillar or not, but it was clearly that's what happened to the rest of them, because I didn't know that, but apparently ants eat monarch eggs and they eat monarch caterpillars. So
Wow, rude.
Really?
yeah,
We had ant problems with a lot of our chrysalises for our swallowtail caterpillars. Like a big number of them, a large number of them ended up getting eaten by ants once they were in their chrysalis form.
those
But the
fuckers,
those themselves?
absolute fuckers.
That's so fucked.
Because they farm aphids for like the whatever they produce. So they like protect the aphids, which. So it's just, I don't think that's why they kill them, but it puts them in proximity because aphids like milkweed. So anyway, It's a bummer. There was one left that was like thriving, and then it disappeared the next day. And I'm praying that it went off to form a chrysalis rather than got killed by ants. It was quite big, so I'm hoping it grew past the point where they would bother it. I don't really know. And they hide when they form a chrysalis, so I don't know where it is, if it's alive. But anyway, so that's what happened there. And that whole journey is also on TikTok. That's why I mentioned it. Anyway, podcast homework. You can call us or text us, leave us a voicemail or text us, tell us your obsession for this week, or give me tips on how to keep the ants from coming back on the milkweed next year. We're also going to plant more next year. We are a pro monarch household. But you can, text us, call us at 774-326-0420.
Blaze
it. You can follow us on Twitter at WayTooBroadPod. You can follow us on Instagram at WayTooBroad. You can email us at WayTooBroad@gmail.com. And if you missed any of the contact information for anything, if you're looking for the links I mentioned in the episode, if you're looking for our topic index, you can find all of that at WayTooBroad.com or WayTooBod.com or NameYourselfJame.com or NameYourselfJameEgan.com for anything you want.
Thank you.
What?
I said thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. EarnBen.com for anything you need. MaxFun.org for a cute dog on a boat. friendsofthechaos.bandcamp.com for a bunch of great music. They just put out or Aemyn did, who is also the head of Friends of the Chaos. So I'm not sure if it's on that Bandcamp, but on Aemyn's YouTube, actually I'm going to link it this time. There's a new song called Ready. I really, really like it.
Oh, sweet. I'll check it out.
Aemyn, Ready. Hold on. Oops, I spelled ready wrong. We're still, yeah. So the YouTube channel is still called Aemyn, Aemyn, and they just put out a new video called Ready, and they are sitting by a little river. They're in Australia, so there's brightly colored birds just everywhere, and these are wild birds, but they're interacting with the birds through the whole video, and it's really sweet. Plus the song is good, so check it out. That's another homework for you guys all.
Okay.
And
for you guys all.
Yeah, you guys all. And that's it. So thanks for listening. We appreciate you so much. Keep wearing your masks, and we love you. And the podcast candle is now extinguished.
Goodbye.
Okay, you know what? You're gonna have to rob the vet's office. Oh, fuck, we're recording. Shit!
Oh, man. As your lawyer, I would advise them to edit this part out.